Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you very much to EU Peers and Energy Cities for inviting us today. It's a pleasure to be here and exchange experiences with colleagues from across Europe. My name is Serhiy Kazako, and I represent NGO ETeam from Ukraine. My professional background combines municipal energy management, international energy efficiency programs, and work with homeowners associations. Over the last several years, I was part of the IFC World Bank Group team supporting residential energy efficiency programs in Ukraine. Joining me today is my colleague 𝑵𝑮𝑶 𝑬-𝑻𝑬𝑨𝑴, PhD in economics. We worked together on the recent IFC project, and he now leads international cooperation activities at ETeam. So today I am representing our expert community, a team that has spent more than a decade helping multi-apartment buildings implement energy modernization and recovery projects. Our story is about much more than energy efficiency. It's about helping people make collective decisions, building trust, and turning good renovation ideas into real projects. To understand who we are today, it's important to understand where ETeam comes from. Our organization combines two different sources of experience. The first source is a civil society organization established in 2010. For many years, it worked with homeowners associations, housing management, local democracy, and community development. The second source is the regional consultant network of the IFC Energy Efficiency Program in Ukraine, which started operating in 2015. In 2025, these two streams were brought together into one organization, NGO ETeam. This combination gives us both strong community engagement experience and deep technical expertise in building renovation and energy efficiency. So, the year 2025 became a turning point for us. We completed a full organizational transformation. We introduced a new visual identity, updated our mission, and expanded our role from a project support team into a national implementation platform. Today, ETeam is positioned to support energy efficiency and recovery programs across Ukraine according to European standards and approaches. One of our biggest strengths, of course, is our team. The former IFC regional consultants remained together and became part of ETeam. These experts spent years supporting energy modernization and recovery projects throughout Ukraine. Today we operate in all regions of Ukraine that remain accessible to our experts. And despite the war and security challenges, our nationwide network continues supporting homeowners associations across the country. Our team combines technical, financial, organizational, and communication expertise. We have participated in more than 1,000 projects and have built strong relationships with homeowners, municipalities, contractors, and national institutions. The accumulated trust is one of our most valuable assets. Our work is built around 4 key pillars. The first is regional readiness, maintaining and strengthening local expert capacity. The second is stakeholder support, building trust and partnerships at local level. The third is institutionalization of knowledge, making sure experience is documented and transferred rather than remaining with individual experts. And the fourth is alignment with European policies and standards. Ultimately, our mission is very simple. We want to support the energy modernization of buildings, strengthen Ukraine's energy independence, and contribute to the country's recovery. Today, our main operational activity is participation in the GIZ project Rebuild Green Ukraine with the Energy Efficiency Fund. After nearly 10 years of work within the IFC-supported program, our experts continue supporting homeowners associations across Ukraine under this initiative. Within this framework, ETeam acts as a nationwide one-stop shop provider. We help buildings navigate the entire renovation process from the first consultation to project completion. Most of our work is connected to the Energy Efficiency Fund of Ukraine. The fund currently implements 3 key programs: 𝑛𝑔O 𝑬-𝑚𝑬𝑨𝑴, and Green 𝑑eam. From Ukrainian language, word 𝑑eam means house, so these 3 programs about energy house, restoration house, and greenhouse. These programs provide financial support for energy modernization, recovery of war-damaged buildings, and green transition measures. Our role is to help homeowners successfully access and implement these opportunities. One of our main achievements comes from the NGO ETeam program. Our team directly facilitated more than 380 completed deep thermal modernization projects for homeowners associations. Together, these projects generate annual energy saving exceeding 312 gigawatt-hours. The examples shown on this slide demonstrate the typical results we achieve. Depending on the package of measures, buildings often reduce energy consumption by 20, 40, or even nearly 50%. After the start of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, a new challenge emerged. Thousands of residential buildings were damaged by Russian attacks, shelling, and military actions. Our expert participated in the development and implementation of the 𝑵𝑮𝑶 program, which supports the restoration of damaged buildings. To date, our team has directly facilitated more than 240 restoration projects. For many communities, these projects were not only about energy efficiency, but also about returning to normal life. This slide contains what is probably the most important message of today's presentation. We work with collective owners. Even when a project is economically attractive, technically sound, and financially supported, residents still need to make a collective decision. And this is often the most difficult part. Before a building joins a program, people need to understand the benefits, trust the calculations, discuss the risks, and agree on the next steps. This is where the one-stop shop approach becomes critical. We help communities understand their options and make informed decisions. What makes this work possible is the unique profile of our expert. They combine engineering knowledge, financial expertise, understanding of energy-efficient measures, practical knowledge of public support programs, and many years of experience working directly with homeowners associations. Developing this capacity took years. During the early stages of the program, selected consultants received extensive additional training and practical field experience. To be honest, specialists with this combination of skills are extremely rare in the Ukrainian market. The figures on the slide show the scale of this effort. Behind every successful project stand thousands of meetings, consultations, inspections, phone calls, online discussions, and financial calculations. For example, our team conducted more than 36,000 consultations and contacts with homeowners. This demonstrates that renovation is not only a technical process, it's primarily a process of communication and trust building. Besides supporting renovation projects, we are developing several strategic directions. First, we are a member of an international consortium under the EU Life Clean Energy Transition Program focused on energy community support services. Second, together with the Decarbonization Fund of Ukraine and the Energy Efficiency Fund, we implemented the first example in Ukraine of blended financing for a residential energy efficiency project. Third, we are expanding our work in municipal energy planning, including cooperation with UNIDO. These activities help us move from individual projects towards systemic transformation. Today, ETeam is evolving from a project implementation team international platform for energy efficiency and recovery. We see our role in four dimensions. As an implementation platform supporting EU and donor programs on the ground. As a bridge between policy and practice, translating strategies into working mechanisms. As a center of expertise, providing knowledge and practical tools. And as a reliable partner for donors, ensuring transparency, accountability, and scalability. This is a value we aim to bring to international cooperation. At the same time, we are actively looking beyond traditional donor-funded approaches. One of our key strategic priorities is to identify a sustainable and self-sufficient business model for one-stop shops that would allow them to operate independently of donor or public funding in the long term. We believe that the future success of the OSS concept depends not only on public support, but also on creating economically viable service models. Another area we are actively exploring is demand stimulation. In our experience, the biggest challenge is often not the availability of funding or technical solutions, but the lack of demand from building owners. Therefore, we are continuously searching for new mechanisms, communication approaches, financial incentives, and behavioral tools that can motivate homeowners to invest in energy modernization and take collective action. We would be especially interested in exchanging experience with EU Peers members on both on these topics. The buildings shown here are only a few examples of the projects supported by our team. Behind each one is a community that successfully completed a difficult collective journey. For us, energy efficiency is not only about reducing energy consumption, it's about improving quality of life, increasing resilience, and bringing Ukraine closer to European standards. Before I finish, I would also like to acknowledge the partners shown on this slide. Everything I presented today is a result of cooperation between many organizations working towards the same goal. We closely cooperate with Energy Efficiency Fund of Ukraine on energy modernization and recovery projects, including support for the NGO and 𝑵𝑮𝑶 programs. We also work together with the Decarbonization Fund of Ukraine to develop new financing mechanisms and decarbonization initiatives. Our partnership network includes professional associations of housing managers and administrators, homeowners associations, civil society organizations, and legal experts. Together with our partners, we help create the conditions necessary for large-scale building renovation and sustainable recovery. For us, successful energy modernization is never the result of one organization working alone. It's always the result of cooperation, trust, and the combination of different competencies. So, thank you very much for your attention, and we are always interested in exchanging experience, building new partnerships, and learning from colleagues across Europe. If any of the topics presented today resonate with your work, we would be very happy to continue the conversation after this session. Please feel free to reach out with 𝑵𝑮𝑶 𝑬-𝑻𝑬𝑨𝑴, our coordinator of international cooperation projects. So thank you one more time, and I will be glad to answer your questions.